Hello Revolve, my name is Allana Davison and today I'm going to be showing you how to create my favorite 10-minute makeup look. This is going to be the makeup look for all of you who are on the go, you're busy, you've got people to see and you've got places to be and you don't have time to be faffing around with your makeup. We want to look fabulous in 10 minutes or less and this is the look for you. Now, whenever I'm doing my 10-minute makeup looks, my everyday makeup looks, I'm always reaching for products that are multitasking. So I'm gonna use one of my favorite bases today. This is the Tower 28 Tinted Sunscreen. This is a beautiful SPF and a base product in one. It gives gorgeous coverage and they have an amazing shade range as well. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that onto the face. And you can blend this in with whichever method you prefer. I personally like to use a brush, but you can also blend this out with your fingers as well. You can use a sponge, what have you. But you just wanna get that base all over the skin. I always find if I have a little bit of coverage on my face, and if it's mixed in with an SPF, even better, but a little bit of coverage to just even out my skin tone and give me a glow all over. It blends out so easily and it has such a gorgeous natural glow. Truly, this is one of my favorite bases of all time. It looks so good, and especially in the summer. So once our base is all blended out, our skin has a nice even tone to it. We're gonna go in and bring some shape back, add some bronzer, and I'm gonna use a little duo for this. Love a little 2-in-1. This is the Jouer Bronzer and Highlight Duo. I'm gonna start with the bronzer side, and you can apply this directly onto the skin, or you can use a brush to apply whatever you prefer. If I'm doing a quick makeup and I've got places to be, then I'm just applying it directly onto my face. And I'm gonna blend that out with a brush as well. I just find that if I'm in a hurry or I'm just doing my quick everyday makeup, it's so much easier to use brushes to blend out my makeup because I find that it just does the blending so much faster than if I were to try and do that with my own fingers. So I'm just applying that all around the perimeters of the face, anywhere where the sun naturally hits, where I wanna have a little bit of bronze, but also where I wanna contour and chisel my face, AKA along my jawline right here. Look at that, bringing that jaw to life. Now, if I'm in a hurry, I have no time to use additional eye products. I usually just take my bronzer and apply that directly onto my eyes as well. I might add a little bit more too. I really wanna go heavy-handed with that bronzer because if I'm doing my makeup in a hurry, I need to add some life back into my face quickly. And I just love the monochromatic look of applying your bronzer onto your eyelid. You can kind of bring it up along your cheekbone here and just drag it onto the eye. And I think that has such a nice effect by making your makeup look so natural and all blended in. If you ever just want to pick me up, just throw bronzer all over your face. You will feel amazing. And now I'm gonna go in with blush, and I'm a blush gal through and through, but one of my favorite things to do for my everyday fast makeup is to use a product that I can put on my cheeks and also my lips. So today I'm gonna use NUDESTIX Picante, a blush that I actually created with NUDESTIX. And I know that it might look a little bit bright and scary for everyday makeup, but truly it just gives the most gorgeous, natural, lived-in, sun-kissed glow to the cheeks, and it also looks so good on the lips too. Now, if I'm having a bad day or just need a quick pick-me-up, adding a bright blush onto the cheeks will get you set. Will get you feeling good real quick. And because this is a brighter, more pigmented blush, I am just using a brush to apply that. I'm not applying it directly onto the skin. And just adding a little hint of blush onto the cheeks will always give you life no matter what. It's a step in my makeup routine that I never skip, even if I'm doing my makeup in a hurry. And I find that it's the step that makes me look the most awake and alive no matter what. So I'm just applying that right onto the tops of the cheekbones, and then I always take a little bit of blush just across my nose. And you can also just take the remnants on your brush and apply it up onto the forehead and the temples as well for that ultimate sun-kissed, lived-in look. See? It's not that scary. But if you've never tried an orange blush, might I suggest that you do. For any of my Swifties out there, you know that this new era is all about the orange. So going into September and October too, this is the color I'm wearing. Now we're putting the blush on pause and we're gonna go in with our concealer. I do have a little bit of a breakout here and I just like to add some brightness under my eyes, so love to include a concealer in my everyday makeup always. This is the Tower 28 Serum Concealer. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on the inner corners, add a little bit right here under the eyes. I like to go around my mouth a little bit where there's some redness, and then just right here on that cheeky little breakout. And I also just blend that out with a brush. This adds a little bit of brightness to the skin, covers up any additional spots that I want to say see you later to. And then adding the concealer after the blush just helps to make it look even more natural and lived in on the skin. I'm gonna set this all in using my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And then no makeup look is ever complete without a lip liner. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Pencil. This is one of my favorite lip pencils to just add some shape back into the lips. And even if I'm doing my makeup in a hurry, I truly feel naked and incomplete without lip liner. It is a must-have step in my makeup routine. And I like to trace the natural line of my lip and then just fill it in a little bit. And then I find if I was doing like the ultimate natural look, I could just literally do this, put on my lip balm and I'm good to go. Or if I wanted to add a little bit more color, I can go back into my blush, just take a little bit on my finger and just dab that into the center of the lips, and it just makes you look like you did so much more to your face than you actually did. It's such an easy way to get the most beautiful monochromatic look. I love this. And we're just gonna take that beautiful sun-kissed summer shine. Orange is such an underrated color in makeup, and it's very hard to find a true orange blush and lip product, honestly. But look at that, I look so much more alive already. I'm gonna go back into our little bronzer and highlighter duo and just take a little bit of the highlighter on my finger and just use that to add a little bit more glow to the tops of the cheeks. This is another step that makes such a huge difference in your everyday makeup. If you want something to make your skin look so juicy and glowy and so lively, adding a little bit of highlighter right onto the tops of the cheekbones makes such a difference, especially in photos too. People will be asking for your skincare routine and you're like, girl, don't worry, it's just my highlighter. To finish off the eyes, I'm gonna use a brown mascara. This is the Tower 28 Drift Mascara. I love to use a brown mascara for my everyday makeup. I find it just gives a softer, more natural look, really leaning into that no makeup look. And people will be asking if your lashes are real or not. I love this one because it has such a natural, soft volume to it, and it's still very lifting on the lashes. It's just kind of a really nice all-arounder good mascara. Now finally, I always feel a little bit naked if I don't fill in my brows, but if I'm in a hurry and I just want to slap something on really quickly, something like this, the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pen, is so easy to just really quickly draw in a few hairs. I find that no look is complete unless I fill in a few of the sparse areas in my brows, so I love to just quickly go in with a product like this and give my brows a fuller, fluffier look. And one of my favorite tips of all time, if you found that you use too much product in your brows, you can always just take a clean little brush and just fluff it wherever you feel like you went heavy-handed, and it'll remove the excess product and leave a more natural, softer brow behind. And then I'm gonna take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel and use this to set and lift my brow hairs. Now, if you have a few more minutes and your limbs happen to be exposed like mine, you can always take your highlighter and apply that onto your exposed limbs to add a little bit more glow and a little bit more shine, and I find it just makes the look appear even more complete. And you are glowing from every limb on your body. Put it on my little chesticles here. Oh yeah, give me that summer glow. And that finishes the look. This is everything for my quick and easy, under 10-minute everyday makeup look. This is one of my favorite looks to create. I really love to emphasize the glow in the skin, add a little bit of color and life, and just make sure that those brows are set and popping. So I hope that you enjoyed this look. All of the products that I've used today are available on Revolve Beauty and will be listed in the description box down below. Be sure to subscribe to the Revolve Beauty YouTube channel, and you can find me at Allana Davison here on YouTube and across all social platforms. Thank you so much for being here and for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye!